Welcome to another Telltale Books video. I'm Greg, and I'm continuing my Alfred Bester series. The author best known for The Demolished Man and The Star's My Destination, also called Tiger Tiger in England. He got his start in the early science fiction pulps in 1939, and this story was published in 1940. It's called Guinea Pig, PhD. Published, it's just a short story. It was published in the March 1940 issue of Startling Stories, which I happen to have a copy of. I don't have very many Startling Stories in my collection. This is one I just happened to have, and this story just happens to be in it. And the illustration for the story is the artwork I used for the title of this video. What's the story about? Dr. Winter is a teacher. He teaches a university course on learning in lower life forms, where he puts things like worms in a situation where they have to figure something out, and he does things to try to get them to want to do what he wants them to do, to see if they can learn when he stops trying to influence them, if they'll keep doing it. And so he's experimenting with them. And the story starts out, he's teaching his class, talking to the students. Class is over, students leave the class, and then something comes over him, and all of a sudden, he's in a strange place where there's these kaleidoscopic colors and this white metal with these white metal like tendrils that come up and surround him. And he is put through something and the white metal tries to force him to act in a certain manner. So he becomes one of his worms. He becomes a guinea pig. I've kind of spoiled the story a little bit, but the story is enjoyable to read. It's not a great story. I won't give this a top tail, but it is, especially compared to the two previous Alfred Bester stories, it is a pretty remarkable story. It's well done, well written. It's very short, but and it is somewhat predictable that this is going to happen. You kind of figure it out from the title and from the fact that he's teaching this class that he's going to end up being the victim of somebody else's experiment. But it's really enjoyably done. The way it's written, the way it's told, it has a lot of imagination. And so I got to recommend this. This is a story that I think you should read. If you like early science fiction, if you like Alfred Bester, this is a story for you. And you should track down a copy of the March 1940 Startling Stories and read it. To the best of my knowledge, it is not available in anything but that issue of Startling Stories. However, there is a PDF out there if you want to look for it. So you can read it in the PDF of Startling Stories. You don't have to try and buy it like I did. And it's only by coincidence that I happen to have this issue of Startling Stories. It was on eBay, price was right. I went ahead and bought it. I like the cover. It's kind of a cool cover. It's not a great illustration, but it's kind of neat. So anyway, have you ever read Guinea Pig, PhD by Alfred Bester? If so, leave your comments in the comments section. Tell me what you think. This is only number 3 in Alfred Bester. We've got a long way to go. His next story is titled Voyage to Nowhere, but we don't get to his really major works Well, unless you want to count Adam and No Eve, we don't get to his major works until the 1950s. And he wasn't a very prolific author, so that's only like number 16. Um, Number 15 is in 1950, and number 16 is a very well-known short story of time and Third Avenue, published in 1951, and after that comes The Demolished Man. So, yeah, in my bibliography, I only have 56 works by Alfred Bester, so he was not prolific. And that means we'll get there pretty quickly, but at the moment, we're still very early, very pulpy, not as sophisticated as The Demolished Man or The Star's My Destination. So we've a lot of growth. I expect we'll be seeing a lot of growth, although I think compared to The Broken Axiom and No Help Wanted, I think Guinea Pig is a big leap forward in his writing. I think it's way better than those earlier two stories. So come on back. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and keep coming back for more Alfred Bester, Voyage to Nowhere Next, and all the other stories that I talk about here on Telltale Books.